Good morning, my beautiful friends. Happy day to you. I'm having some black coffee. Give me a moment. So it's been like probably a year since I've put a video out on this channel, and a lot has changed, man. And I haven't really even made consistent videos on this channel for probably 2, maybe even 3 years. It's been a long time. So I thought I'd give you an update video on where I'm living. I have not done a house tour on any YouTube channel yet, and I'm excited to show you my space. The question for you is, would you consider me a minimalist once you see this space? I personally don't really consider myself a minimalist, but I definitely feel like I still have minimalist tendencies, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we'll just start out. My house is pretty dark today. It's kind of a darker day. It's about 8:30 or so here in Austin, Texas. It looks like it's probably gonna rain today. So I'll do my best with lighting. If I need to bring some of these lights in, I'll do that. And otherwise, we'll just cruise around the house and I'll show you the living space. I'm gonna give you the price of this place and the location and why it's priced the way it is. And just kind of, an organic, nice, chill, here's my space video for y'all. So let's get started. One more sip of coffee. Girl. And I'm gonna switch over to my phone here. And first we're gonna start out with this room. So here we go. So that's my camera setup. Got an EOS 800D. It's a Canon XLR camera with a Rode shotgun mic. And as you can see, lights, 2 lights, nothing crazy, nothing overly fancy. And this room is 100% YouTube studio room. I actually got that blue couch on Amazon. And you can see that chair. That chair is floating on the wall. I just wanted it to be the height of the chair, so of the couch. So I actually just screwed it into the wall here, but you can't see that on the YouTube videos. I built this little shelf. Got some plants. That guy, they both need a little love, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's a painting I did, and that's a bundle of sticks, just to mix it up. Salt lamp. Another painting I did that I was thinking might replace that one at some point, just to mix it up. Hung up this curtain, and you can tell that these 2 walls versus over here, this color is like a gentle sort of yellow color. And what the house came with was the white. Okay, so that's what this room is for. That's an entirely dedicated YouTube room. Switch this around to my face. So as I said, bear with me with the lighting. I'm gonna move some lights around so we can have it be as good of quality as we can get. This is bathroom number 1. I'm gonna try not to turn on lights, use natural light as much as I can. Very simple bathroom. This one I actually very rarely use, and it's, I suppose, more of a guest bathroom. Very simple, again, little artwork. All the artwork in my house is my stuff. And then we'll go into the office here. So this house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And again, super simple, but dude, I own more furniture than I have in the last 8 years. I mean, I used to own a lot of crap, and now I don't feel like anything I own is crap. It all has a purpose, but I definitely have more stuff. No question about it. So recently, I've been doing a lot of life coaching for people. Absolutely love that work, and this is my setup for that. I sit in that chair. I use that pen. I use one of those spiral notebooks, and it just depends on the type of client work I'm doing, dictates which book I use. And then I put my phone in right here, I use a coaching platform for the work I do, and we get on a video call there. So This is a great space. I love having an extra office to do that type of work where it's like that's just dedicated to this. And then Brittany and I also have a great business together. If you guys haven't checked out our YouTube channel, it's Connor and Brittany. Very easy to find. And we have a couple of channels. We also do coaching together. We've got a membership platform. We've got all kinds of stuff. So we do a lot of work in here as well. And actually all that stuff hanging up on the wall over there, that's all Connor and Brittany stuff. Got the laser printer. Dude, if you don't have a laser printer and you're printing stuff, you're just doing it the wrong way, man. I don't know what to tell you. You got to get a laser printer. You got it. I mean, do you, but. So this room is probably where most of my minimalism will shine through for you. I mean, you can even hear as I'm talking the lack of stuff in this room. And when I first came to look at this house, I was like, can I paint these walls? Because I hate them. And they were kind of like, oh yeah, probably you can, you know, whatever. It was through a rental agency, so it's like they don't always give you the right information because they don't really know because they're not the landlord. So there was like a process to go through if I wanted to paint the walls, and I was starting to like go through that process. And then I don't know, maybe after 2 weeks I was just like, man, I don't know, actually I like these walls. So I'm keeping them the way they are, and it is definitely darker in here. But there's something kind of cozy and warm about the wood that feels energetically, I feel calm in this room. And in the other rooms, I'm often like moving and doing a lot and getting really busy. And I do a lot out here, a lot. This is like free play space. So I do movement out here. I have a 2-year-old now, almost 2, couple weeks away. It's phenomenal, and we play a lot of ball in this room. So we kick a soccer ball around. We kick every ball you could possibly kick. We throw a ton of balls around. And then I'm also part of a private men's group, and we most of the time meet here once a week. And it's just a really nice space to host. There's 8 of us right now total, and so it's perfect for 8 men to sit around in a circle. And I personally really like being low to the ground, especially in making connection. I just find that to be more, maybe going back to our roots. Obviously we're not like outside sitting on dirt, but our butts are seated on the ground, and we're connecting in that way. It feels really good for me. But in any case, very open space. I don't know if you can really tell, but it does have a vaulted ceiling. There is a fireplace over here. It's got gas, but often just like turn on the gas to hit that wood and then burn some wood when it's cold. It's not cold now. Austin is starting to warm up, which is not my favorite thing. I like cooler weather myself, but you know, I deal with it, and I deal with it with a smile on my face. You can kind of see the backyard a little bit. Let me shift the camera so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Well, we'll pop out there. You know what? Let's just go out there now, you guys. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it. So yeah, this is another one of my art pieces. You know, I do all sorts of kind of weird art, and I sell them, and sometimes I don't sell them, so I just hang them up. But it's definitely something that I really enjoy doing. It's been a big part of my life since I was a little kid, and I'm really happy to have the space to make artwork. So pretty big backyard. Ilya, my child, almost 2, has finally started enjoying the stroller. Was not a fan of strollers until like maybe 2 months ago, and that's been pretty cool. We use the swing, and matter of fact, this is actually a huge mulberry tree. Biggest mulberry tree I've ever seen. So pretty decent sized backyard, especially for this area. Okay, back inside. Let's see, so I'll turn you around here. You can see that there's a hallway here. So we just came out of this one, right, where this big blasting light is. That's where the 2 smaller bedrooms are. The master bedroom, we'll head over there in a bit, is through that side. And the kitchen connects in 2 places. So it goes there and it goes here. So let's head over to the kitchen. So this is my kitchen space. Got a gas stove. I like that. Got a dishwasher. I also like that. I also like that a lot. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see my Berkey over there. That's a charcoal-based water filtration system. I also have the fluoride bulbs in there. That's what I use for all my drinking water and all my cooking water. Super happy with that purchase. This is a little compost bin I use. My recycling, my trash is down below. So it's a very simple kitchen. Again, you know, the wood, in a way I don't like it, and in another way I kind of like the way it feels. So I'll give you the kind of price breakdown of this house now. I think this is a good place to do it. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's probably just under 1,500 square feet. It's got a 2-car garage. It sits on maybe somewhere between like probably 1/6 of an acre. So it's not a huge lot, but it's not bad either. It's got a decent backyard. 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Austin ranges all over the place depending on where you're going to be. This one's $2,250 per month. And you can definitely find one that's maybe even 10 minutes down the road or 15 minutes down the road for around $2,000. But I love this neighborhood. And also Brittany, my partner, and my child Ilya live 0.7 miles away. So that was a big reason that I chose this house. It also has an incredible system of trails just around the corner. I walk out of this cul-de-sac, turn right, turn down another cul-de-sac, and boom, I'm in the woods. And it's the biggest section of green on the map, if you look at it, of Austin. Biggest chunk of green is available to me within 2 minutes. So that's a huge draw. This is definitely the cheapest 3-bedroom, 2-bath house I've seen in this neighborhood. There's 2,000 homes in this section of neighborhood that's called Travis Country. And I just love this neighborhood. A lot of families, a lot of young kids. It's really quiet. Like, there's no reason to drive through this neighborhood unless you live here. So it just stays kind of a little bit off the big roads, but very easy to get to everything. What else can I say? Yeah, most of the 2-bedroom, 3-bath houses are like a cheap one in this neighborhood would be $2,400. And most of them are more like 25, 26, even 28 or 3,000. And you can tell, like, this place hasn't been updated. This kitchen has not been updated. This is probably the original kitchen of when the house was built, and I'm guessing that was in the 70s. The bathrooms had like minimal renovation. They replaced, I think, the countertops. They redid some of the tile work on the surround. But the floors, I mean, I don't know if these floors are original. I kind of doubt it, but they're not. I don't really like the floors, the color and the quality. But, you know, for what it is and the price, I think I totally scored. I'm super happy with it. And you can see, you know, it may seem like, well, man, you don't need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. You're like one dude. But in fact, having the space has really increased not just the quality of my overall life, but it's really increased my business time. I feel like having that YouTube setup, like Brittany and I can go in there, sit down, turn on the camera, and we're good to go. Having a dedicated space where I can do my coaching, where I can get together with Brittany, we can plan out our business time and what we're gonna get done for the day. It's just like, it's a pretty phenomenal feeling. Is it absolutely necessary? No. But as I've shared on this channel in the past, like, for me, it's not about trying to go as small as possible. It's about really focusing on what's important for you and then bringing that into your reality and let the rest of the stuff go. So that's sort of what I've been doing. One cool thing is I found this fridge. This fridge was nasty. It was on the side of the road. I had no idea if it worked. It was like covered in mold. It was white. It had a bunch of scratches on it, rust, all kinds of that stuff. And I was just in the mood. And so I threw it in the back of my van and I took it home. I cleaned it, I made it real pretty, and then I painted it. So this is an epoxy appliance paint that I applied by hand. I had to sand down the rust, had to clean off all the mold, all the dust, all that stuff, had to prime it. And then I think I did 3 coats of the epoxy red. It may have just been 2, I can't remember now, but it works great. Maybe you'll hear that it makes this big cocoon sound when the cooling turns off. The cooling just kicked on, so you might hear it. And that's the compressor. Something's not working in the compressor. But I've been using this fridge now for 5 months. It was free. I spent maybe 40 bucks on paint, and I did spend like four hours probably fixing it up. But you know, how cool is that? I mean, I like that kind of stuff. So yeah, what else can I say about the kitchen? Not a whole lot. This is the kitchen. As I said, it moves into this area and then turns left. So we can scoot down there just a little bit. We'll see how the lighting goes. Show you some of my plants. I do have plants. I do feel like those make a house a home for me. Let's see this other piece of artwork I did that's all washers. I quite like that piece, to be honest. And then I've also got this little setup here. So I was renting a warehouse for a little while, and I found this huge chunk of wood in the warehouse, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but I want to keep it. And so I just put on these feet for it. It's drilled into the wall. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's got this little hook down here. So it's drilled into a stud so that if Ilya comes by and wants to hang on it or something, it doesn't fall out. Again, these are a couple pieces of my artwork. And this desk, it's a child's desk. I found it in the neighborhood. I don't use it for anything. It's just aesthetic. Sometimes Ilya sits at that desk, but I mean, that sort of thing, that's not considered minimalist, you know? So you gotta be the judge. I also found this rocking horse, which Ilya does use. I also use it. All right, let me move some lights around. So again, this is kind of the entrance into that big room that we talked about from the other side. And I just want to show you a couple things over here. This painted truck thing, this is something I made for Christmas for Ilya. And it doesn't work that well, but it's cute. It's just like an old piece of artwork that I did that I cut up and put some wheels on, some wooden wheels that I made. And Ilya sometimes sits on it, and I pull Ilya, or sometimes Ilya will like pull it. Yeah, so it's just like a fun thing. I've got some kettlebells, and I've got this steel mace. I recently made just an Instagram story clip with this thing. This is only a 10-pounder. They get pretty heavy, but I think like if you want to play around with a steel mace, 10 pounds, dude, it's gonna change your life. It's gonna change your life. And how cool do you look? I wouldn't necessarily recommend like walking around your town carrying this thing if you're in a place where people haven't seen these things, because like it is a weapon. It can be for sure, but this thing's super fun. I really like it. It's a full body workout. And I built these two different little, there's a little table over here. You probably can't see it that well, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. And there's a crate over here. The crate mostly has Ilya's stuff. It's like balls and I don't know, just like weird kid stuff. We don't have that many typical toys. Most of the things that Ilya is interested in are ball oriented, super big ball oriented child. Last thing I'll show you in this room, you see how that one bulb is different. That's a rock salt, Himalayan pink rock salt bulb. So you turn this on, and that's the only one that comes on. That is intentional. In the whole house, there are some lights that are not rock salt, but most of them are, and pretty much all the ones that I use are, and that really helps me with sleep. It blocks some of that light that keeps you up late at night. So when it's nighttime and I need the light on, I just turn on these lights, and it's like super low, dim, it feels like mood lighting. It's really, really nice. And so if you aren't familiar with rock salt lamps or light bulbs and you want to get better sleep, I think that is a great place to start. All right, traveling in, I'm gonna have to move that light. You guys are great. You guys are so nice to me. I appreciate you sticking with me. I know this is, we have different audio going on. We got different light going on, all kinds of stuff. But we're gonna make it work. So here's the garage. Okay, you ready for like a not minimalist space? Okay, this is one side of my garage. Brittany actually just helped me clean it up, or I wouldn't have even shown it to you, honestly. It was pretty messy. My bike over there, we have, as I said, we're connected with this trail system over here. There's like between 200 and 250 miles of trails. I've heard 2 different things, so I'm going with somewhere within there. And almost all of them are mountain biking trails. They're super incredible, and I never really mountain biked except as a kid. So as an adult, I got this bike. The tire, I gotta fix the tire, but I just pump it up and it works for like, you know, a couple hours as I ride, and then over 2 days it goes flat. But it's a decent bike for what it is. I come in here, I got my washer and dryer, and then I've got this art table, which I'll show you, but I also have lawnmower and that sort of thing for the house. I need to do my own lawn care here. And yeah, this is all my other stuff. So I have tools kind of in that corner. That big chair is from my van. I took it out because it's easier to have the extra space. And all that paint and all this stuff is all artwork stuff. So I come in here and just do some artwork from time to time. It's very therapeutic for me. I love having the dedicated space for it. And I also have enough space here in the middle of the garage if I need to do some work on the car. Like I just changed my brake pads and the rotors in the front. You know, I could bring that in here and do that kind of work. So I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with the garage. I'm really happy with this house. I love this house, to be honest. So let's move into the master. I don't think we're gonna need the lights in here. Doot, 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 doot. Maybe we can start on the opposite wall. So again, let's see if I can focus on this piece. It's another piece of artwork I did. This is kind of a cool way to do this, is building these shelves. These are all drilled into the studs. So I use a stud finder to find the studs. I took these brackets and I painted them white. And then I used black screws intentionally just to have a standoff color. And I used the bottom part of the screw. I let it hang out a little bit and hung that painting from the screw. So it kind of served as 2 purposes. Again, like another little shelf, few plants. I'll swing you around the other direction. See how much of this you can see. Another shelf. My bed, which is a floor bed. I've been sleeping on the floor forever. I'm sorry, I gotta get a light. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I have some books that I'm either currently reading, or maybe I look at like once a month or from time to time. I don't have that many books. I think that's all the books I have. So it's like 8 books. And probably once I read a book, I'm going to give it away. I'm not going to read it again. It's very rare that I'm going to read a book twice. So I'm not going to like keep them around. This bed is probably the goofiest thing, the goofiest kind of setup that I have. You can't really tell, but I'll show you why it's goofy. Well, first of all, shout out to my mom, Eileen. I love you, Mom. My mom made me this blanket. She made me a kick-ass blanket. I don't remember, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I just wore that thing out, dude. It was like in shreds. So I asked her recently if she'd make me another one, and she did. This is all done by hand. I mean, can you imagine, dude? All by hand, all those squares and everything. Well, I mean, she used a sewing machine. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's not like it came out of a factory. That's pretty killer. So my bed is funny because it's actually 2 beds. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see, this is a futon that's bundled up in half, and then there's this foam part back here. That's the part in blue. So the foam part, I think, is like a large twin or something. I'm not sure. And then this one is also about the same size as the other one, but it's much thinner. And I know it looks goofy, but I love it. And Ilya and Brittany spend the night here a couple times a week right now. Honestly, I would love for that to be more. I would love to sleep with Ilya and Brittany every night. That sounds awesome. And the reason I'm going to insert this is because I think people were probably curious. I'll make a more dedicated video on this. But the thing is, like, Brittany and I do have a very alternative relationship. We always have. It's probably difficult to understand it completely. If you haven't, had some experiences with alternative relationships. And so, yeah, I think it's really good for me to acknowledge, man, I would really like more of that. I would really like to spend the night, especially with Ilya. Like, that just sounds so good. But I also accept, and not just accept, but focus on the positives of what I do have. I mean, I get a lot of time with Ilya, and I get a lot of time with Brittany every single day. And I love my time. It's super potent, quality time with both of those wonderful people. And so 2 nights a week, while parts of me want that to be more, I also have acceptance and love for what is, and just feel really, I love those 2 nights a week, It's not a bad thing to have a desire or a missing and to want more of something and to not actually get it. I think it has the power, if you choose it, to really keep your heart alive and excited about when it is there, and for you not to take it for granted. So that's what it is right now, and I'm more than accepting about it. I totally respect Brittany's decision about where she is in her life, and I can tell you that because of that, my self-growth and my self-love, my self-time has been increased, and my quality of time in my relationships with those 2 beautiful people has also increased. So what's bad about that? So we spend the night here. So there's 3 humans in bed. Yeah, one of those humans is really small, but man, that human takes up the most space sometimes. And if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, how big can I get when I'm going to sleep? So anyway, yeah, this is 2 beds. I know it looks goofy, but I actually love it. It's super comfortable. And I mean, the thing is, like, this setup, when these mattresses were brand new, I think the whole thing cost me like $200. And the alternative mattress that I would get that is this size, I think is like $1,000. Because the ones that are good quality that you use on the floor, and they've got to be good quality if you don't have the box spring, they're really expensive. And the crappy ones kind of start to sag and create this divot, like, very soon after you get them. I'm talking like a month. And these don't. I mean, the cheap ones don't. So what can I say? I mean, I know it's a little, it's like, yeah, it's not maybe the coolest looking thing, but it's super comfortable. You would not actually know that it's 2 beds stuck together. So I'm thrilled with that. And here's another salt lamp. This is the salt lamp I was talking about. See what I'm saying? So it's just a big chunk of salt, literally, covering a light. All right, let's go look at the bathroom. When I was growing up, my parents' master bedroom had the same window setup. It's like 2 kind of smaller windows and then the bed. So it's just something like comforting about that. So this is the vanity. So you can see what I'm talking about. They replaced the countertop. They replaced the sink. They upgraded, the faucet. But the cabinets, those are original. Same thing with the bathroom in here. They did the surround. I'll show you. They did the tile surround here, but they did not change the tub. They did not update the floor. There's not really anything to see in here. It's just a small bathroom. There's a window here. That's what I got for you today. Are you still with me? I really appreciate you watching. As I said, I told you it was gonna be a chill house tour video. Nothing crazy going on here. But I am curious how you would rate me as a minimalist. Let's do a 0 to 10 rating score. 0 being not at all, 10 being the most minimalist person you've ever seen in your life. 0 to 10. Leave it in the comments. I am curious, genuinely curious. I will check the comments and see. And man, I just hope you have an awesome day. I I'm super happy to be back on this channel and be making a YouTube video. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I'm excited about making YouTube videos for y'all. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited that you got to see my house. I've been living here for like 6-7 months, so it's due time. And it's due time that I came back and said hi. And I appreciate all of you who have been subscribed from the beginning. I appreciate any new subscribers that have found this video and have just been interested in this channel and are clicking the subscribe button as we talk. My focus on this channel is definitely about self-growth, self-love. You know, what can we kind of figure out together that's going to help people manifest a powerful life for themselves. And when I say manifest, I'm not talking about some woo-woo concept. I'm really talking about action steps that manifest in reality, that you can take in this reality to build towards a much bigger goal. And every big goal that we do, I mean, it literally starts with taking a first teeny tiny step and being able to congratulate yourself and say, like, that was a huge accomplishment and it's gonna lead me towards the next level. I think that that is true manifestation. Power in action, no matter how small the action is. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. I have some great people in my life these days that I would love to sit down and just have a casual chat with about how they do that in their lives. So, you know, again, I'm not gonna make any promises, but that's sort of my vision for this channel. And one thing I want to mention, if you've seen anything in this house artwork wise that you want to buy, hit me up, let me know. You can also visit conorart.com, where I have not all of my pieces over there, but I have a decent amount, especially watercolor and ink pieces, so you can order prints and you can buy originals. So any artwork on these walls is for sale. I'll just make something else and hang it up there. I'm happy to get my artwork out to you if that interests you. And finally, of course, life coaching. I'm here for you. I only take a few clients on at a time. So you might have to sit on a waiting list for a minute, but if you feel like we would be a good fit, I am here for you. And I really want to work with people that are 110% ready to change their life. So I got you. Much love to you. I'll see you next time.